FIFA 22 early access is only 1 week away. And I don't know about you guys, but I am bloody excited. And that means it is time to start thinking about my first career mode, and most importantly, the players that I want to sign in that career mode. So today we're going to go through the top Wonder Kids that I'm looking forward to using in FIFA 22 career mode. A couple of these guys we already know, but the majority of the players are in FIFA career mode for the first time ever. And I'm pretty sure these guys are going to be names that we remember for the next decade or so. The next generation is here, lads, come on. Also, speaking of the next generation and a new era, new office. What's good? Also, if you guys could let me know what I should put in this corner here, let me know. I want to get something, I don't know, cool to fill this white space. But anyways, let's get into the list. Luca Romero is a player that I am super excited to be using in FIFA 22 career mode. He is an attacking midfielder playing for Lazio in Serie A at the moment. And he also represents the Argentinian national team, the under-17s team. But quite notably, he also has Mexican heritage. So it'd be very interesting if this kid lives up to the hype and becomes like the greatest Mexican talent ever. But he has received a nickname from one of his fellow countrymen. He has been nicknamed the Baby Messi. Also has been nicknamed the Mexican Messi. This is because of his short stature and the way that he plays so similarly to Messi. Those are some massive, although if we're talking about height, not so massive boots to fill. In terms of expectations though, they are definitely big boots to fill. But Luca Romero did recently transfer from Mallorca in the Spanish league across to Lazio for only 200,000 euros. I think that is going to be a massive bargain when we look down the line, and that's a great piece of business there from Lazio. At 15 years and 219 days, Luca Romero was also the youngest ever debutant in La Liga history. With all good things, there is a little bit of a con. We're going to have to wait a couple of weeks to use Luca Romero, as he is not yet 17. He turns 17 in November, and then will be added into FIFA 22. So I've definitely got my calendar marked for that one. So from a player that we haven't really heard much about to a player that I'm sure we all know about, it is Mason Greenwood. Fellas, it happened. Mason Greenwood has his real face in FIFA 22. Praise the Lord. It's about time. I mean, last year we had Dua Lipa, DJ Snake, Diplo, all these guys with their faces in the game, and they're not even real footballers. Meanwhile, Mason Greenwood, tearing it up for Manchester United, still has the default face. But that has changed. If you saw B4 Lancer and the Master Bucks early FIFA 22 content, you would see that Mason Greenwood has his face in the game. And that is a big sigh of relief. Greenwood has had a pretty good start to the Premier League season as well, scoring a fair few goals, and hopefully that translates over into his FIFA 22 potential and rating. If I'm going to make a prediction for Mason Greenwood's potential, I would say I reckon he's going to get a 90 potential. He got 89 last year. Bump that up a little bit. Also, I'm going to make one for everybody, every player in this countdown. Luca Romero, I'm going to predict an 87. Heading across now to Serie A, and we have a Brazilian centre forward here, Jorge. He has been on the radar for a fair few years now, but finally has made that permanent transfer to Juventus. A massive signing there for the Brazilian centre forward. Juventus did pay approximately 3 million euros to bring him across from Santos, but there is a lot of hype around Jorge. He is a Brazilian under 15 and under 17 representative, won the bronze boot at the under 17 World Cup, which Brazil won. He scored in the under 17 World Cup final. He's been playing for Santos in the Copa Libertadores, I always stuff that one up, and also the Brazilian Serie A. But I'm very interested if he can translate that over to a big club like Juventus. Also, a bit of a fun fact, his dad was also a professional footballer. Jorge Ramos, had to write that one down, but his dad played across the Brazilian and Portuguese leagues for about a decade, so he comes from good genes. In terms of a prediction, I'm going to predict that Jorge gets an 85 potential. Speaking of good genes, we're jumping across. It is another striker, another centre forward or striker, but we're heading to Norway. Albert Tiarland. He is the cousin of Haaland. Erling Haaland's cousin It is scary how similar these two are. He is playing at the same club that Haaland was at before he went to Salzburg, and that is Molde. But multiple sources in Norwegian football have said that Tiarland possesses almost the exact same attributes as Haaland. He's a clinical finisher, an absolute killer in front of goals. His strength is ridiculous. His agility is ridiculous. Apparently, he is a mini clone of Erling Haaland. And the scary part is Haaland's only 21, meanwhile Tiarland is 17. I mean, they even have the similar haircuts where they have the little headband and the slick back hair. It's scary. So this is a player that I think you can definitely pick up in your FIFA 22 career mode for a pretty cheap price, to be fair. And it would be quite fun if you could have Haaland and Tiarland killing it together in a front line. In terms of a prediction, I'm going to say 84. All right, now we have one of the most hyped players in potentially FIFA WONDERKID history. This kid has been on our radars for years now, and finally he is going to be added into FIFA career mode. It is Usafa Mokoko, the German striker from Borussia Dortmund. Now, just like Luca Romero, we're going to have to wait until November to use Mokoko, as that's when he turns 17. But oh my god, that is going to be a good moment. Mokoko has been hyped up for years. He's been in Football Manager. Everybody's been looking forward to getting him. He's been playing in Dortmund's team. Like, Dortmund signed him from St. Pauli when he was 11 years old. That's how much of a prospect he is. That's how obvious Mokoko's talent is. He has been described as a potential once-in-a-generation talent. And for you Dortmund and German fans, that is definitely a good sign. I am 1000% looking forward to signing this kid in a career mode, in a rebuild, in a road to glory at some point this year. He is also the youngest ever player to play in a Bundesliga game, and also the youngest ever player to score in a Bundesliga game. I cannot wait for Mokoko to be in FIFA 22, and when he is eventually added in November, I am predicting an 88 potential there. Another Brazilian talent for us to look at here. It is a right winger, however. We have Kaikai. I've probably pronunciated his name horribly, but Kaikai, the Brazilian right winger, playing at Fluminense in the Brazilian league, but he has already signed with Manchester City come January. So again, unless they magically get the licensing for players like Kaikai in the Brazilian league, I think we're going to have to wait until January to use this kid, unless hopefully Man City bring him across earlier. But this is going to be the perfect way to start 2022. The right winger, his nickname is the left-footed Neymar. Again, like Luca Romero, that is a big expectation to live up to, being called the left-footed Neymar. But this kid seems to be a Brazilian footballing prodigy. He was an absolute futsal star in Brazil, and he is also Fluminense's youngest ever goal scorer in Copa Libertadores. I cannot wait to use this kid. They're starting to go down, like Man City's starting to go down the Real Madrid rabbit hole, where you sign young Brazilian talents before they're really that well known. I can't wait to use this kid, load him out to some lower teams. It's going to be a real amount of fun. My early prediction for Kaikai, the right winger from Brazil, is a potential of 85. We are going to stay in the Premier League this time, but it is our first English addition to this video. I feel like, well, we've only had German, although we've had a fair mix. We've had just a lot of Brazilians, but we are going to get a center midfielder here from Tottenham. It is Alfie Divine, and I think Divine's going to be a divine talent. Yeah, that's the last time I do that accent. Alfie Divine has been absolutely tearing it up for Tottenham's youth academy, apparently. And there are big calls from Tottenham fans to get this kid involved in the starting lineup as soon as possible. The Conference League, I think, could be a perfect opportunity for this. He has had one senior appearance for Tottenham, and that was in the FA Cup last season, where he came off the bench and scored a goal against Marine. That goal and that appearance made him Tottenham's youngest ever player and goal scorer. He did it in the same game at 16 years old, 163 days. I know what I was doing at 16, and it was definitely a lot more productive to society than scoring in the FA Cup. Alfie Divine has been on the radar of a few big clubs across his time. He was originally at the Liverpool Academy before being released, and then being signed to Wigan's Academy. He got on Tottenham's radar because when Wigan played Tottenham in the under-23s competition, he scored against them, and they were like, yeah, nah, we're going and getting this kid. And his old man was also a Super League player in Warrington, I believe, or St. Helens, so That's good prodigy. That's good genes. I like it when athlete parents have gun athlete children because they end up just becoming absolute freaks of nature. So I'm very excited to see what Alfie Divine can do in FIFA 22. And I'm definitely got him on the radar for a Road to Glory career mode signing. It's time for us to show some love to the defenders. We're heading across to Spain. We're heading across to Barcelona as we have Alejandro Balde. Also, I just remembered I forgot to give Alfie Divine a rating. I'm going to give him an 84 potential. But Alfie Balde, Alejandro Balde, not Alfie Balde, Alejandro Balde has been in Barcelona's youth academy for a number of years. There are massive expectations for him and a few of these Barcelona players to really develop the next generation of Barcelona. We know the struggles Barcelona have had financially and in terms of their transfers, and there is a big expectation for them to fall back on their youth academy, which has been incredible for as long as I can remember, to really get them out of this hole and develop the next generation. It's wild to think that he has been in Barcelona's youth academy since the age of 8. They've been building him up, waiting, developing, and just seeing if he can become a good talent, and he's finally at that stage. I mean, at the time of recording, he made his debut in the Champions League against Bayern Munich, I think like 4 or 5 hours ago, so it's perfect timing. And it's good to have another young left-back prospect to even use in FIFA career mode. Keep the saves a little bit fresh. The good thing you got to remember as well is dynamic player potential still exists in FIFA 22, so it is a great opportunity to take somebody who I think, I'm going to put it out there now, I think Balde will have an 84 potential, give or take. I might be a little bit too generous with these predictions, but I think he'll have an 84 or so potential. There is no reason why you can't get these types of guys up to 88, 89 and really make them superstars of the future. And that brings me on to another one of Balde's Barcelona teammates. Another kid that has so much expectations on his shoulders to really get Barcelona out of this hole. And this is Gabi. Not Xavi, Gabi. Maybe it's Javi. I don't know, but I'm going to call him Gabi because I just find that funny. But Gabi is an attacking midfielder, a Spanish attacking midfielder playing for Barcelona. Now, he hasn't been in Barcelona's youth academy as long as Balde. He only joined in the 2015-16 season from Real Betis, but there is massive raps on this kid. Multiple managers have said that he is one of the most technically gifted players that they have ever seen. He's made some debuts for Barcelona this season and has looked super in place. He does not look like a kid. He does not look like a 17, 18-year-old kid. He looks like he's been playing there for a few years now, and he is seriously a talent to keep your eye on, both in terms of FIFA. I look forward to signing this kid, but also in the real world football as well. I've said it about a few players, but this kid could be a road to glory must buy. I'm going to predict an 85 potential here. So lads, those are my FIFA 22 career mode must buy Wonder Kids. I'm so excited for the game. Hopefully you are as well. Scorpion, kick that subscribe button if you are new around here. We'll be posting FIFA career mode content on the regular come release. Let's get into it, lads. Have a good one. It's been JarradHD here in the new office. I'm out. Peace.